Tonight at 9:30.
Well, sir, I've been doorkeeper here at the stage door for the past 42 years. I've seen them come and I've seen them go, and one and all, they agreed that San Francisco was the best all-around theater town in the country. I can remember when Burt Lytell and Evelyn Vaughan were playing stock at the Alcazar. Young Ernest Glendenning was with them, and Bessie Barriscale and a lot of others. I can remember when Henry Miller used to come out every year with his repertory, and not a season would go by but he'd stop at the stage door and hand me a good 25-cent clear Havana and say, "Dad, mark my word, someday I'm going to have an all-year-round repertory house in San Francisco." I can remember when William Crane, a fine gentleman if there ever was one, came out in Father and the Boys. That was when the new Columbia opened. But you're not paying to hear me do a lot of remembering. I want to tell you about tonight's play. It's called Gastus Strom. It's about a Hollywood actress who's been the sensation of Hollywood for more than 10 years. She's just made a super picture called Thais, and this is the night of her premiere. Right now she's lying on her stomach all wrapped up in a big bathrobe. And with her is her publicity man, Andrew Jones.
Rub the other leg, Andy. Hard.
Well, lie still and stop bobbing around.
I'm tired of lying on my stomach.
Do you want me to rub you or don't you?
Yeah.
Well, then lie still.
Ouch!
Now what?
Not so hard, darling.
You're getting fat, darling.
Rub behind this knee.
Here?
Yeah. Andy,
What?
if the picture's a success,
Well,
and I get another good contract,
go on.
I want to tell.
What? You're crazy.
I'm not crazy. You love me. And you're proud of me.
Oh, yeah.
And there's no reason why we shouldn't tell. I want to tell. I want to... What are you doing?
Sit up.
Yes, Andy?
Look at me.
Yeah?
Now, listen. When we got married, I promised to make a famous actress of you. I've worked like heck. Now, after 10 years, you want to spoil it just to satisfy a sentimental whim.
I'm not sentimental, Andy.
Yeah, like a school kid. Here, go on. You'd better be getting dressed.
Okay.
So I spring you on Hollywood as the European sensation Gastus Strom. I sold the bill so well that I even find myself believing Gastus Strom is a real person and forgetting that your name is, well, or anyway, was Martha Stewart, born in Salt Lake City. I built a swimming pool for you where you could swim in goat's milk.
And maybe the Sunday supplements didn't eat that one up.
Yeah. I have your jewels stolen when that stunt was still good for a front-page story. I create scandals about you. Have you having love affairs with John Dale and, well, almost everybody in the country.
Button this button, will you, Andy?
Stand still. I have you break up a dozen homes, give wild parties, fall in love with an Indian Swami, donate $10,000 to the new Theosophists, smash all the recognized commandments and a few special ones just made for you, and then you want to come along and tell the screwball world that you and your publicity man, Andrew Jones, Esquire, have been married respectably for 10 years.
Yes.
Oh, Martha, you're crazy.
You said that before.
And I can say it again. The thing is, you just don't want to have your public in general and Mr. Jeffrey Gregg Van Arsdale in particular find it out.
Honey, I'm not afraid of Jeffrey Gregg Van Arsdale.
Yeah, you'd better be. In addition to being the president of Miracle Studios, he's the bird who lays your golden eggs.
I think you're cute, honey.
Oh, don't be an idiot. Answer the phone.
Hello? This is Gastus Strom. Oh, yes. Jeffy, darling, I will not be late.
Yeah.
But of course not. But, darling, have I ever failed you? Yes. Yes. Now, darling, be a good boy. Yes. Yes. Goodbye. It was Van Arsdale.
What did he want?
He says the place is mobbed. It'll take an hour to get my machine through the crowd.
Well, he can mind his own business. Just let him attend to distribution, and I'll attend to you. I don't want you to get there till the crowd gets restless.
Why, Andy?
Why, Andy? Because, my darling little fool, you're a rotten actress.
But we've always known I was a rotten actress.
Yeah, and you're getting old.
Just older, dearest.
Yes, and I've got to play every trick in my bag to keep up their interest.
I've been an awful burden to you, haven't I, Andy?
No, I'll say you have. And I still love you. I'm crazy.
Andy.
What?
Let's tell him we're married.
I said no, no, no. Unless...
What?
Well, look here, Martha, you know my dream. I want to quit all this. I want to buy a farm. I want to raise chickens and pigs and things.
I always told you I wanted that, too. When I was washed up in pictures.
Well, you're washed up now. You've got to put an inch of paint to hide the lines in your face. You've never learned to act, and this, Thais, is a rotten picture.
You wait and see. They'll give me an ovation tonight.
Oh, sure they will, at the premiere. They always do. Wait till Van Arsdale begins to balance the cost sheets.
Looks like I'm not good for anything.
Sure you are. You're a grand wife. And I love you, and you take it like a sport.
Much good it would do me not to. Kiss me.
Martha, will you do it?
Do what?
Quit and go on a farm. Be my wife.
Darling, I couldn't be your wife more than I am.
Will you please answer me?
Don't be a nut. Hey, pin my corsage for me. We'll never get there if we don't get started.
Folks, this is the biggest night Hollywood has seen in a dozen moons. The party over the Baghdad Theater is mobbed with a milling, seething mass of gala humanity. Oh, I wish I had time to describe the theater to those of you who have never been fortunate enough to see it. The patio is a perfect replica of the bazaars of Baghdad, with bakers and princes and silk merchants and dancing girls. Soft lights play on sparkling fountains and... Wait a minute. Here comes Ronnie Doyle through the crowd. You remember Ronnie and the Prince of Night? Hey, Ronnie, say hello to the folks, won't you? Folks, Ronnie Doyle.
Hello, folks.
Yes, that was Ronnie Doyle, star of The Prince of Night. And, yes, there goes Conrad Ulrich. I'll get him over here if I can. He's with a lovely little platinum blonde. And, there's Bill Saunders. Bill is that way about Fritzy Lane, you know. Now to get back to the patio. It's such a marvelous grand spectacle, and the crowd's pressing thicker and thicker around me. Any minute they're likely to kick me over this microphone. As you know, ladies and gentlemen, tonight the Baghdad premieres Gastus Strom super film Thais. Huh? Oh, yes, Thais. Miss Strom has promised to say a word to you when she arrives. That is, if she can get through the crowd. Who's that, Charlie? Huh? Oh, yes, I thought so, folks. Here comes little Peggy Love, the baby star, pretty as a picture, and yes, sir, she's wearing a monocle. Hey, Peggy Love, come over here and say hello, will you? Oh, that's right, boys. Toss her over. Hello, Peggy. Say, how do you do, won't you? Just talk right into this microphone, huh?
How do you do, everybody? I'm also excited about Gastus Strom's premiere in Thais. Good night.
Thanks, Peggy. That's fine. That was little Peggy Love, friends, wearing a green taffeta it was. Yeah, edged with white ermine. And what's this? There seems to be some new excitement coming. Yes, sir, it's Gastus Strom herself and her escort and leading man, Beverly Dodd. She's coming right toward the microphone now, and boy, oh boy, is she a stunning creature. I wish I had the words to describe her to you, folks. She's got that intangible something that only the great continental actresses have. And eyes to paraphrase the poets, that have wrecked 1,000 ships. Yes, indeedy. And here she is, Gastus Strom. Good evening, Miss Strom.
Good evening.
Miss Strom, won't you say just a word to all the millions of people waiting eagerly to hear your voice?
You wish me to talk in here?
If you be so good.
Really, it is so foolish. I am afraid I have, stage fright. Is that right?
Or microphone fright.
Yes. But I do want to say just one word to my many, many dear friends. I am very proud to have been chosen by the Miracle Studios Incorporated and by my dear friend, Mr. Geoffrey Gregg Van Arsdale, to play this grand role of Thais. I am grateful to everybody who has made the making of this super picture so pleasant a task. And it was a task, and one which I could never have succeeded in without the aid of every member of the staff of Miracle Studios Incorporated. From Mr. Van Arsdale, the president, to Jeannie, the little page boy. I love you all. I thank you a million thanks, and I do hope you will all come to see me in Thais and like me. Good night, everybody, and bless you.
And was it a flop?
In the first place, it was a cheesy story.
What's the matter with Thais?
Of course, you writers think production is to blame. When it's a wow, it's a swell story. When it's a flop, it's punk production.
If you ask me, Strom is 50 years old and looks it.
Nobody asked you. You're supposed to take dictation and not think.
Wait a minute, Miss Dodd. Take that down.
What he said?
Yes. I'll use it in my scene between Queen Elizabeth and Sussex. Say it again.
You're supposed to take dictation and not think.
Got it?
You're supposed to take dictation and not think.
Sussex wouldn't say that.
Sussex was a sap. I'll have Elizabeth say it.
Forget it, friend. Fat chance of Van Arsdale ever doing another historical superfilm. He'll have Thais in his hair for a year.
He's a moron.
Oh, Mr. Barton, not Mr. Van Arsdale.
What's cooking about Mr. Van Arsdale?
Oh, Mr. Van Arsdale.
Sit down, dopes. You don't have to bounce like tennis balls when I come in. Sit down!
Yes, sir.
You too, Barton.
Yes, sir.
And tell the dame to scram.
Yes, sir. Wait outside, Miss Dodd.
Yes, sir.
Is anything the matter, sir?
Look, dope. When anything's the matter, I'll tell you.
Yes, sir.
Plenty's the matter.
Yes, sir.
I got a headache.
Yes, sir. I'm sorry, sir.
Thanks for nothing.
Yes, sir.
Can I get you anything, Mr. Van Arsdale?
No.
Yes, sir.
Will you sit down, sir?
No.
Yes, sir.
Solinger, get this. We're sunk.
Yes, sir.
I'm asking you something. Have I or have I ain't done everything I could to keep scandal away from Miracle Studios?
Oh, yes, sir.
I've seen to it that no mother or father could say of Miracle Studios, I don't want my kids to see a Miracle production. Well, haven't I? Answer me, you mutts.
Yes, sir.
Purity. That's been our slogan. Pure Miracle Productions for American homes. Huh?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
I've pulled talking pictures up by their shoelaces. Or am I crazy? Schools and the great fraternal organizations have put their okay on our pictures. Gold seal, right?
Yes, sir.
And now what happens? Go on and tell me. Go on.
We don't know, sir.
Sure you don't know, but I'll tell you. Gastus Strom has disappeared.
Disappeared?
You heard what I said, taking a powder.
But where's she disappeared?
If I know, I don't ask you dopes naturally.
Yes, sir.
I'm not a mutt, am I?
Yes, sir. I mean, no, sir.
Yes and no, sir. You're mutts, that's what. All of you are mutts.
Yes, sir.
Strom has disappeared completely, entirely. Nobody knows where she is. It's colossal.
It's marvelous.
What's marvelous about it? Tell me that.
The publicity. What a story.
Publicity, what for? When Thais is a flop and Strom has disappeared, gone. And you talk publicity. It's a scandal. A blot on the escutcheon of Miracle Productions. Well, ain't it? Or ain't it?
Yes, sir.
I'm glad you agree with me. Solinger, I tell you this. Miracle Productions washes Gastus Strom's hands of the studio. It's as if she never existed. She is, get this, from this day henceforward, dead. We don't know her. We stopped distribution of ties. We put our loss in our pocketbook. The page is closed. Send Bob Williams to me. I myself will issue the publicity story. Now, and I don't mean next year.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
What do you want?
Come into lunch.
Just when I get half the chicken wire up, you've got to holler, come to lunch.
Don't you want any lunch?
Oh, sure. Sure, I want some lunch. But you choose the orneriest time.
Now, keep still. It's 12 o'clock. Wash your hands.
They're clean. Oh, good grief, Martha. Beans again.
You like beans, Andy.
Beans. Fine nourishment for a publicity man. What kind of publicity could I write about beans?
Darling, you're so clever you could write publicity about anything.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, you're not a publicity man. You're a chicken farmer. Now sit down and stop arguing. Andy, you look tired.
No, I'm not tired.
Your hair is gray.
Well, so is yours.
Mine was before we came here. It's because I don't do anything to it anymore.
Oh, that's all right. I like it better this way.
But I don't like you to get old. You're on a ranch ought to make you younger, not older.
Don't worry about me.
You're happy, aren't you, darling?
Sure, I'm happy.
We got everything in the world we want.
Sure, everything.
Nobody knows us. Nobody gives a darn if we're alive or not. We do what we please, wear what we please, eat what we please.
Yeah, beans.
Including beans. You got dyspepsia or something this morning, or you wouldn't talk that way. Usually you like beans.
Now, Martha, don't go making a fuss over me. I'm okay.
Well, you look all right. Brown as a native. You've taken off fat and put on muscle.
Give me some more beans.
Oh, yes, dear. Andy, did you ever wonder
What?
what they think happened to us?
We disappeared, that's all. Just dropped out. Probably a 12-day wonder, and then they forgot us.
Sometimes I think I'd like to go down to the city, go through the files of the Hollywood papers, just to see what they did say.
Ah, that's out.
Sure, I
The
know.
agreement was we wouldn't look at a newspaper, wouldn't listen to a radio, wouldn't go to a show.
I haven't missed him.
I have.
Andy, you don't mean...
Sure I do. I was a publicity man all my life. Sure, I was interested in what was going on. And then, all of a sudden, to be cut off from everything...
But I was an actress. I've never missed anything.
You were a rotten actress. I was a good publicity man. I brought you success.
You were wonderful, Andy.
Hey, I was good, all right.
Andy, would you like to go back?
Would you?
I don't know.
Well, we can't, so forget it. I made you a famous actress once, but I couldn't do it again. I'm not good at staging comebacks. And I used every publicity stunt on you that was ever thought up. They don't work twice.
So, that's that?
Yeah, that's that.
Now, you have a piece of apple pie.
You remember the the French apple pie at the Ambassador?
Isn't this pie good?
Oh, sure, it's good. I was just remembering. Give me a kiss.
Oh, fool.
You know what I'd like, Martha?
What?
I'd like to stick here about 10 years and then swoop down on Hollywood.
We don't have to wait. We got plenty of money.
No, when I go back, I want to go with a bang, not just sneak in the way we sneaked away.
You do want to go back, Andy?
I don't know.
I'm sorry. I'd like to think you're happy here. Got everything you want. I wanted you to be happy, Andy.
Now, don't go getting yourself worked up, Martha. You've been swell, and I've got no complaint. Only, naturally, when a man's been clicking most of his life, he's bound to get a craving now and then to be back in action. No, I'm satisfied.
That's all I want.
You're pretty wonderful.
But no good is publicity material. Listen.
Yeah, somebody tooting a horn.
Of course it's somebody tooting a horn.
Well, let them toot.
Well, hadn't you better see what they want?
Oh, what for? Well, where are you going?
To see what it is. Hello?
This the road to Mariposa?
No, you've passed it.
What?
You've passed it. Hey, come up and we'll show you a map. Wants to know the road to Mariposa.
No, he's passed it.
That's what I told him.
A person gets no privacy.
Oh, snap out of it, Andy. Get all the privacy you need. Don't have to be civil to people. Come on in. Oh, Andy.
Van Arsdale.
Gastus Strom! Gastus Strom
And Andy Jones.
Gastus Strom! I thought yous was dead.
I am not. Do not stand there like a fool, Andy. Give Geoffrey a chair.
Yeah, sure.
I am speechless. For the first time in my life, I'm speechless. Gasta, your hair, it's gray.
You do not look any too young yourself.
Never mind me. Would you mind, to explain what's cooking?
This is where we live.
You mean you live here, you and the Jones?
We raise chickens.
Raise chickens? Now I am crazy. What do you raise chickens for?
Well, we've got to do something.
So you live here with that dope and raise chickens? You're killing me.
What's wrong with that?
You're asking me what's wrong?
You heard me.
I suppose you know what Variety said about you. And what the newspaper said, huh?
Yeah, we haven't seen a newspaper in a year.
Not a word.
So I got to suffer and tell you. You made that rotten picture, Thais. It's a turkey. Then you disappear. Then this dope Jones here disappears. It's like the 4th of July. Everybody goes crazy. You can't be found. There's blood on your front porch. So it's murder. Extras come out. Gastus Strom murdered and her body hidden. Then they say it wasn't blood on the front porch and it ain't murder. You've been kidnapped. The whole cockeyed world goes on a scavenger hunt looking for you and the dope. Then what's next?
You tell us, Geoffrey.
Sure, I'll tell you. The Hollywood Bulletin offers 25,000 smackers for your return. In New York, a friend who doesn't want his name revealed offers 10 grand for your return. Then along comes a letter saying, we got Gastus Strom safe.
Oh, well, who's it from?
If we knew that, we'd know who kidnapped her.
But I wasn't kidnapped.
No, that's right. Then what happens? Stories everywhere. Gastus Strom has become a missionary in Africa. Gastus Strom has gone to the Follies Bergerie in Paris. Gastus Strom is weaving textiles in Santa Fe. Gastus Strom has been murdered. The school children of America have a Gastus Strom Memorial Day and give 10 cents apiece to build a Gastus Strom hospital for crippled children. They raise, so help me, 52 grand and some odd cents. The president of the Consolidated Ladies Forum goes on the radio and says, what this country needs is more women like Gastus Strom. The whole country goes crazy. What do I find? You, Gastus Strom, living here on a chicken ranch with
my husband.
Now I am seeing butterflies. He is your what?
My husband.
Oh, my head. Give me an aspirin.
We don't have aspirin up here.
Oh, it don't matter. It won't do me no good. Oh, my.
Now what?
Don't talk, I told you. Don't say a word. Do you know what it is? Can you see what it is? Don't you understand
Geoffrey, be calm now and cool and collected.
Pipe down, I'm thinking.
Yeah, now look here.
Be still, Andy. He's thinking.
I've got it.
He's got it.
The picture grows clear. I can see it. The most magnificent, the most colossal, the most super gorgeous super film ever made. The return of Gastus Strom.
Yeah, but she's not going back.
Shut up. I'll do the talking. Tell me the name of a famous mother. A great mother in history. Make it snappy.
Electra?
No, not a foreigner. An American.
Oh, Eleanor.
Stop talking like a dope.
Well, if you tell us what you're talking about...
I'll tell you now. It's... Come on. Give me the voice.
Colossal.
Keep still, Andy.
The greatest picture Miracle Studios has ever made. Gastus Strom, the passionate, the magnificent, the superwoman, gorgeous, flaming. She disappears. And what returns? A gray-haired woman raising chickens, married to her publicity man, playing in the great American mother picture.
Oh, my gosh, and I never saw it.
You never saw what?
The publicity story. And I thought I was a publicity man. Come on, Martha. Get your hat. We're going to Hollywood.
Oh, testing. 1, 2, 3, 4. Wolf, testing. Hey, Masters, watch that mic cord, will you? Somebody's liable to get tangled up into it. Testing. 1, 2, 3, 4. Wolf. How much time we got, Sam? Huh? Now, friends, this is the greatest night in the history of Hollywood. 1 million people are milling and seething around the patio of the Baghdad Theater. 10 million more are listening to my voice. What a night! What a night! Oh, wait a minute. Here's Eddie Dugan, the tough man of the films. He isn't tough tonight. No, sir. He's got a gardenia in his buttonhole. Hey, Eddie, say hello to the folks, huh?
How are you?
That was Eddie Dugan, folks, the tough man of the screen. And over there I see little Ruth Lark, the baby star. I don't know if I'll be able to get her to take the mic, but Ruthie is with Lionel Clay, and a little bird says they'll be church-isling soon. There's Frank Sinatra and Katharine Hepburn. They're all here tonight. And here, ladies and gentlemen, on the arm of her distinguished husband, Andrew Jones, is, yes, no other than the great American mother, Gastus Strom. Hey, gentlemen, if you'll just make way, please. Miss Strom wants to get to the microphone. Thank you. And now, good evening, Miss Strom.
Good evening.
And Andrew Jones? Miss Strom, won't you say just a word to the folks?
I would adore to, but I am so terribly nervous. My heart, it is so full tonight. I just want to sit in front of my old-fashioned fireplace and cry. I am so happy. I love you, all of you, every one of you. And I do want you to like me in this beautiful picture that the Miracle Studios Incorporated and my adorable Mr. Jeffries Gregg and my darling husband have created for me. I cannot talk now. My heart, it is too full. But thank you. I love you. Bless you all. Well, darling?
Are you tired, old girl?
Not very. Too excited. It was thrilling, wasn't it?
It was colossal.
How they loved me.
Yeah, they were mad about you.
Do you love me?
I adore you.
Darling.
Yeah, but you are a rotten actress.
You have just heard the farce comedy Gastus Strom, written and directed by Samuel Dixon in the KPO drama repertoire tonight at 9:30. The cast included Sally Thorson as Gastus Strom, William Price as Andy, Lou Tobin as Van Arsdale, Ray Lewis as the Hollywood Master of Ceremonies, Ruth Peterson as Miss Dodd, Frank Allen as Barton, Tom Green as Solinger, and Jack Lewis as the old stage doorkeeper. Be listening next Friday night at 9:30 for The Old Doorkeeper, with his memories of the theater in San Francisco and his radio dramas tonight at 9:30. Coming to you from San Francisco's Radio City.